Welcome back to the best division in football with Awthentik and the Beard, presented by All or Nothing Studios. What's up, team? Thanks for tuning in to our Thursday preview show. We got 4 NFC East games to preview this weekend. We're also going to touch on the Thursday night game tonight, rematch of the most boring Super Bowl anybody can remember, Patriots and Rams. Let's bring in the fellas. Awthentik, how are you doing, my guy? You guys are ready to get this? Is it 5 games now winning streak? If you win this
we're trying to get to 5, man, and I'm still riding the high, man. It's been a fantastic week. I've been binging on some retro vintage movies, dug into Little Giants again, man, and watched that again, man.
Really?
So many good messages in that movie, man, especially for women, man. The Icebox, man. She was like, "Call me Icebox, call me Becky."
She was the best player on the team though until they got what's his name back, right?
Yeah, when they got Spike was looking like he was challenging for the best player on the team. But I'm going to go ahead and say the Icebox was the best player on the team. And don't forget Junior at quarterback. I mean, Junior was doing his thing at quarterback, slinging the ball till he got hurt. Doctor said he got a backiotomy, couldn't get back in the game.
Backiotomy. Weird, man. I see you going Washington out this weekend. You're feeling good, too. Not quite a 4-game win streak, but a 3-game win streak. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. You know, like because look, it's literally we're in the playoffs now. You know, like every game is basically like the playoffs from here on out. Like you gotta win every game.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or you gotta hope for a loss.
Yeah, so it's like I'm more like along the lines of we gotta win every game. You know what I'm saying? And then
I'm with you.
As far as outside of the Washington football team, Red Tails, Red Hawks, Red Wolves, I have the last few nights I've been attending the virtual holiday sports card convention, which has been pretty rad. It's like 4 hours every night, 3 hours every night. Yeah. You had to register, and then they just send you a YouTube link, and then you go watch, and they bring on like different guests. Andre Dawson was on there the first night. They bring like, you know, other like people who are dealers on the show, and then they bring on a few celebrities. Darren Rovell was on there. Who else was on there? Steve Aoki was on there. So it was pretty dope.
He's like a D-list celebrity. He's not Stephen Aoki. That's A-list. He's cool.
Yeah.
Facts,
He's huge into the card game. So it's kind of, you know, it's super interesting to see like this crossover of cultures right now. And I think we're just beginning to see the actual, like people have been talking about, oh, you know, it's boom because of the pandemic. But I think we're on the brink of something really, really big here. So I'm super stoked about that for sure.
Sounds
and good. I'm going to say some shout outs to some people.
Hey, let's get it.
When I get to my man, I got to give a big shout out to my man, Lax. Shout out to Lax. He, you know what I'm saying, supported my small business. He bought some Panini Prism football cards from me. I didn't even know it was him until today. So hopefully you go home and you open that box and you pull some fire. Entertainer pulled some fire out the Prism today.
You're selling your cards to beer?
I sell singles and I sell unopened boxes. I'm doing it all, man.
You post my cards for me? Do I have to pay you to do that?
I mean, we could talk about it.
You know, I'm the Beard's agent here.
Yeah, right.
We'll talk about a percentage split and, you know, all that stuff off air for sure, 100%.
Yeah, and make sure you guys don't forget to hit that thumbs up so we can get this stream out into the wild. Let all the people on the YouTubes find out about Awthentik and the Beard with Scotty Boomz. And shout out to everybody watching us right now on Facebook, Twitch, and Periscope. We appreciate it. Nate Talks Giants is in the building. What's going on? Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Nate? How you living, bro?
Waterfly is in the building.
Hey, Giants Nation, Waterfly in the building. What's up, fam?
Sunday.
Hey, Sunday.
How are you doing,
Sunday is in every chat, yo. Like every chat. Loyal to the soil for these Giants, man, for sure.
Samuel's in the building. What's going on?
Samuel, what's up, fam?
Thank you for
Another
joining
loyal
us.
to the Giants, man. Loyalty is crazy. I see you in every chat too, Samuel.
Zach Phillips. What's going on, Zach? Thank you for stopping by the show tonight. We appreciate the love.
Zach. I like that.
Who else we got in the building today?
Joseph, you funny, bro. You so funny, bro. Joseph Bobby, I see what you're doing in there. That's good.
Lucas says, what's up, party people? What's going on, Lucas? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, salute. What's up, Lucas?
Roman is in the building.
Hey.
What's going on, Roman?
Young Bull Roman. What's up, fam?
Hope all is well. Max Webster's here.
Hey,
what's up, Max? Saw you in here early.
PJ Torres, who is going to be facing Awthentik in the first round of the fantasy football playoffs.
Gonna be a good one.
Is that what that whole group text? I almost left the group text today. I can't lie, fellas. I was like,
I've left all those group texts, bro. But sometimes when they like revive them, I'm back in it. I'm like, what's going on here, man?
A lot of it involved you and your fantasy team. Sounds like you got
it has all year. They've been trying to screw your boy over here, man. But yeah, I'm coming for the trophy, man.
And Joel, shout out to Joel. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, I chopped it up with Joel on the Hubs channel actually just a couple days ago, man. So yeah, beer gang in the building as always, man. And we talked about old school Giants football. He talked a lot about the 80s team with Parcells and going throughout the 80s, a lot of just OG stuff. I was trying to, bridge that gap for the youngins in that chat. Y'all know the Hub is only like 20. Kid Blue only like 20 something too. So I was trying to bridge that gap just a little bit for them over there. And Nate was over there with me too. Nate know his ball too. We were talking about how there's no like platform really to show old footage, from players from the 70s and from the 80s that much no more. You literally got to do your own research, man. So salute to Nate for doing that.
And shout out to the always awesome Marjorie dropping gems in the chat for us. We appreciate it.
Marjorie
Pete,
in the building.
Yes, Washington is cool too. Thank you for joining us, Pete. We appreciate the love and the support.
Appreciate the Washington love, man. We need some more Washington love in this chat. I am heavy in here.
Washington's okay. It's not too bad.
David is in the building. What's going on, David? Thank you for joining us.
What's up, David?
Appreciate it. And Kevin Williams. We got. Look, that's my man. Shout out to Kevin. I met Kevin through Freedom Breakers, which is a breaking group on Facebook. He is a Washington fan. I was like, yo, I need some more burgundy and gold love up in the chat. So salute to my man Kevin. Thank you for stopping by, man. We appreciate it.
Definitely do, man. Appreciate
HTTR as always. Chris,
change your K to a burgundy. You have burgundy and gold, and then you be a real Washington fan in here, of course, man.
Yes, sir. What's up, Chris? How you living, fam?
Chris is in the building. And then talking sports with Manny. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I reached out to him on Twitter. I've been doing some recruiting, man, because there's so many Giants fans in the chat. So I've been doing some recruiting, trying to get some more Washington fans in here. So shout out to Talking Sports with Manny. Thank you for coming by and checking out the podcast. Appreciate it, brother. Definitely.
Good looks, man.
Oh, he's got a Spotify too. He's all over, right?
Yeah. Joseph Bobby's in the building.
Joseph in the building. Giants Nation one time.
Mac the Giants fan.
Yes, sir. What up, Mac?
JJ
what up?
Stengel.
What up, JJ?
Hey,
JJ.
David's in the building. What's going on, David?
Hey, what's up, David? I was looking at some old tweets with me and David talking about Gettleman like 2 months ago, man. Giants fans was livid with Dave Gettleman like 2 months ago, man. I was one of the ones only on that bandwagon of Dave Gettleman, man, and it's good to see my man turn it around.
And the always amazing Tracy's in the building.
What's up, Tracy? What's up? Congratulations on the big guest y'all had the other day. Was that Cincinnati Picker too?
Yeah, Cincinnati Picker, man.
Yeah,
and he turned around and subbed to our channel too.
Oh, that's
His
dope.
channel's crazy. He's got 126,000 subscribers.
He's easy to watch though. He's really well spoken. He's measured.
He reminds me of Mike Simone a little bit. They look alike.
He does, dude.
Wait, he looked physically?
Yeah.
Yeah, his build is kind of like Simone.
And they got another huge guest on their show coming up in a couple of days with Shed Flips, who's like basically right up there with Cincinnati Picker. So they're killing the game right now.
I did see that.
Cernock, what's good, Cernock? Thanks for joining us, brother.
Cernock in the building. What's up,
Sketchy
fam?
Mark is in the building, man.
Hey, Sketchy Mark in the building. I see
Killing.
Demon in the building. I don't know if you see that chat. What up? He said he'd been traveling for weeks now. Seems like months. Good to have you back. Good to have you back.
Papa Homewood's in the building.
Hey, is Pops a Patriots fan?
I'd say he's a Washington fan.
I thought I saw something about Go Patriots. I was like, okay.
No, he definitely still roots for the Patriots. I mean, his father's up there. Mike Styles is up there. So he's
I knew Mike Styles was up there.
I don't think he would ever ditch the Patriots, but I believe, because he's been down here now 30-some years, I think he's got Washington.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Patriots nowadays, man. I want to see Cam Newton win. I like the Patriots. I like that team. They're young. See what they're going to do next year.
Very interesting team, the way
it is. It really is.
No, I still call them the Redskins on occasion.
A lot of people still call them the Redskins.
I try not to, but it's a lot. It's difficult to do Washington football team. I think it'll be a lot easier to transition once they have a real name. You know,
no plural. I mean that makes it tough.
It's good to start working on it.
DeWay has been living the life. Cleveland Browns.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his family, man. Come on, man.
I mean,
Cleveland Browns don't matter. They had a sus schedule all year, man, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Go look at their wins.
He texted me this morning or yesterday. He was like, hey, he said, thank you for doing that for us. And I was like, no big deal. You know, Pittsburgh, whatever, take them out. But the Browns got waxed when they played Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's real.
DMV Mac.
The Browns been up and down, man. Oh, what's up, DMV Mac? That's another Giants Nation in the building. I think that's my first time seeing him in the chat, man. Salute to him, one of the dopest MCs around here, bro. This dude can rap, like, for real.
And we gotta say what's up to Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, what's up? Bobby
Bobby's
was on the hub
building.
with us too. Bobby ain't show me no love on the hub channel though, man.
You gotta show
Big
Bobby
Mac.
love.
I show Bobby big love. Bobby was showing me no love, but I like Bobby's cat, man. I think my cat might outweigh your cat by just a few pounds. I got a big kitty upstairs, bro.
Street cat. Let's get serious. We gotta tell him the origin of this cat.
Oh, so one of them is a pure street cat. Walter, straight from the alley. Pulled him in.
With a great name, Walter. I mean, that's good for a street
Great
cat.
name. My girl named him Walter.
I call him Sir Walter because I feel like Walter has to have a Sir in front of it.
Yeah, Walter,
You gotta officially knight him if he's gonna be a sir. You gotta.
He's knighted. The day he jumped out that window in a snowstorm with a cone on his head, he was knighted.
He's been thugging. He's been through a rough life.
He's like Game of Thrones cat.
Definitely. And Paws is probably twice his weight. Can't even pick up Paws with one hand no more. I got to use two hands and a knee. I got to use some leverage to get that kitty up. He's a big boy, man.
Life's good over at the Borsico Stewart Rivera household, man.
We chilling, man. You know, we cooling, man. You know, Walter had a couple little accidents, man. A couple little pee accidents I wasn't too happy with a couple days in a row. You know, I'm not feeling that, but
still got that in him. He's got that in his heart, and you got to keep that in your pets, man. If they got
comes
that
with the territory.
Otherwise, if he gets totally domesticated, he's gonna step out in those mean streets of DC, and it's gonna be a wrap for him.
I know. I think he went soft, Scotty. I think he's no longer a thug no more.
If that happens, he won't come back one day. Hopefully that doesn't happen. You guys know on our Thursday preview shows, we always pick the games. Last Thursday, the beer called me out. I was not prepared. My papers were scattered. I did some hunting, got home from work today. I have recovered the picks from the last 2 weeks. So there's been like 7 games that we have to add to it. Right now, the standings. The Beard is on top. This is why he was so pressed. 32-17. Awthentik sitting 2 games behind him, 30-19. And I'm in 3rd place with a record that's worse than those two. That's all you guys need to know about that. So the Beard's having a good.
I'm 32-17, huh?
This is just straight up picks, though. You know, this is
Yeah.
You see how happy he was?
Right.
He said, yeah. He's so happy.
Preseason picks for who was going to win.
Man, Tim, you deserve some of those, bro.
Hey, air horn.
All right, 4 games. Y'all ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Spike don't care.
Spike don't care. First game we're going to preview. The Saints are traveling to Philadelphia, take on the Philadelphia Eagles in total free fall. They're sitting at 3-8-1. This is the 4:25 kickoff. Saints coming off a win against Atlanta. They're on a 9-game win streak. I don't know if you guys remember. They started the season 1-2. Since then, it's been pretty nice. Taysom Hill, he's starting a quarterback. He started the last 3 games for him. They're 3-0. He's playing well. 6 total touchdowns, only 1 interception. So without Drew Brees, I mean, dude, you had like 12 cracked ribs. Taysom Hill's been filling in more than admirably, talking about undefeated type record. But the real name of the game when it comes to the Saints this year is that defense. It's been elite. They're 4th in points allowed, only 20 points a game they're giving up. And they're 1st in yards, 288. They've allowed 17 or fewer points in their last 5 games. And get this one. They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 50 games. So this defense, 50 games. This is correct. I don't know if that was you, the Beard. It sounded like you. I can't see you right now, but I'm assuming that was you. Yes, 50 games. So that Saints defense is legit. Taysom Hill's doing what he has to do to score enough to get them wins, and that's what's happening. Other side of football, Jalen Hurts. He was announced as the starter. Carson Wentz sitting on the bench, staying on the bench, going to be on the bench. We're talking about Jalen Hurts. He's the rookie quarterback. The Saints, though, this is another good one for their defense. Rookie quarterbacks 1-6 against the Saints since 2016. Sean Payton's got some of that Belichick voodoo magic when it comes to these rookie signal callers because they haven't played well against him. The best weapon over in Philly, and what's been a bad offense, is Miles Sanders. He's the number one weapon, 630 yards on the year, 5.3 yards a carry, which is pretty impressive. Interesting nugget, Philadelphia, they've lost 6 of their last 8 football games. The 2 games they did win, Miles Sanders, inactive for both. He was hurt. Probably their best player. They won the 2 games. It was Dallas and maybe the Giants. So
I think it was the Giants.
It was back-to-back games.
I think he was the first game. I think he was inactive.
Yeah, so that's just an interesting nugget that one of their better players has been on the field when they lose every single time. The Beard, Saints defense, they've been elite all year. Jalen Hurts, he looked okay last week. Do you think he's going to inject some life into this Philly offense, or do you see like this is too tall of a task for a rookie to achieve right now?
You always hope that, your rookie quarterback doesn't get thrown to the wolves in his first game.
He's getting thrown to the wolves.
He's literally getting thrown to the wolves.
He's a dire wolf.
And you know what? I think they kind of looked at it like, if we throw Carson out there to this, it just might it might shatter him for life.
Worse than he is now.
So they were like,
right?
we're just going to throw Jalen out there, let him do it. But let's be, in all honesty, I would like to see Jalen Hurts play, because you drafted him with that pick, which everybody was kind of shocked. Let's be realistic. So you're going to get a pretty high pick. Now, the Eagles are kind of in this weird situation now, with Carson Wentz.
Do you think that's why it's happening? Because, all right, so they're going to be bad, so they might get a top 5 draft pick and get a chance at that quarterback. They know what Wentz is right now. He's inconsistent, being terrible. They want to see what Jalen Hurts is because they have to debate if they're going to get another quarterback.
Now you're talking.
That's what it really looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much 2 games back now, the lead of the NFC East with 4 games to go. They cooked. And they feel like they're cooked. And I feel like every other team, even Dallas in the NFC East, if Dallas were to somehow rally, win 4 straight games, Giants and Washington fall off, whatever goes down, and they got into the playoffs, I could still feel like, hey, they might be able to win a playoff game in the cold off running the ball with Zeke. Philadelphia is the kind of team that is cooked. They're the one team I think that it don't matter. If they were to get in, they would be a first-round loss. So I know that the coaching staff over there and the GM, he looking at it like, yo, we got to see what this kid got because we're going to have a top pick here coming up in this next draft, and we got to figure out if we're going to have to get a quarterback. I don't even think it has anything to do with Carson Wentz at all. Carson Wentz is, as far as Philadelphia Eagles go, Carson Wentz is probably done.
They're going to have to figure something out. And you know what's really interesting to me, too, is I don't know if you heard what because Doug Peterson been on some, I don't know, he been on one on these press conferences. I don't know if you heard what he said after the game about how, what we're going to have to do to get Jalen going is, we're going to have to work the run game a little bit, make sure the run game is going well. So, that opens things up for Jalen Hurts. As a Philly fan, they're losing it. They're like, wait, why haven't you done that all year with Carson Wentz? Right. You see what happens when you give Miles Sanders the ball. So his logic is all backwards. I don't know. Something's not right. That whole thing is just crumbling down, and it's. I think, like I said, I've said this a couple episodes. I think they just need to just. It's clean house time.
Offensively, that defense is still playing well.
Yeah,
and that's why you might give Philly a little bit of not a chance, but an edge because their defense is better up front, and you know what the Saints are trying to do with the football right now.
Yeah,
they're going to run the ball a lot.
They're going to run the rock, man. I'm glad you brought that up, Scotty, because Saints are running the ball extremely well, man. I mean, last week, 36 rushes, 207 yards, 5.8 yards per carry. They had a 16-yard run by somebody named Tommy Lee Lewis, who I don't even know who that is.
Not really.
But he had 1 carry for 16 yards. And I think it all starts with Alvin Kamara, man. He's the kind of back that opens up everything for everyone else. You got to scheme for Taysom Hill, keeping the ball, running it. I just think there's so much opportunity when you have a back like that. And I was talking to Hub and them on their channel about this actually and turning Saquon Barkley into a hybrid back, a true hybrid back like Alvin Kamara. And I got some interesting stuff I've dug up on Alvin Kamara. Never even got close to a 1,000-yard rushing season. That's kind of crazy, right?
But he's been
always
splitting carries most of his career
but also
there.
receiving
And
yards.
that's my
800,
point. And he's also a
right?
receiving back. He's literally the definition of a hybrid back. Now, if you look at his 2017 year, which for the Saints, it was their best year of Alvin Kamara's tenure with the two-back system. Mark Ingram rushed for 1,000 yards that year, had 12 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara had 120 carries for 728 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns, and 5 receiving touchdowns. Now, if there's a Giants fan out there that would not be happy with those numbers for Saquon Barkley and keeping Gallman in the lineup, I just think it's just completely crazy. You come back in 2018 when Mark Ingram wasn't there, his carries went up a little bit. He went from 120 to 194. He had 883 yards, 14 rushing touchdowns, 4 receiving touchdowns. On the year, Alvin Kamara has 673 yards, 9 rushing touchdowns, 4 receiving touchdowns already. You literally have to have a two-back system. And look, who did they scoop up when they lost Mark Ingram?
Latavius Murray.
And what kind of back is that?
He's more of a power, but he's got some moves too.
He's a power back with some moves, right? And
Yeah.
and
What's he been doing? What are his numbers? Is he hurt?
3 weeks ago, he scored 3 touchdowns.
yeah, he's literally
2
like, you
weeks
get to
ago,
the goal
3
line.
touchdowns.
You know, you need an ugly back. You know, you need a real ugly back sometimes on the
Alfred
team.
Morris?
Alfred Morris has been playing that role, and I came prepared today. Can I
Hey.
present some evidence to the
Authenticate
Honorable
prepared?
Joe
No,
Judge?
prepared.
I want y'all to look at this guy right here.
All
I know we're
right.
talking about the Saints, right? But I want y'all to look at this guy right there.
Saquon Barkley?
This
That's
guy right
Saquon.
here, that's Saquon Barkley.
Damon Lillard.
This guy could probably bag anybody's girl right here. Real pretty guy, real handsome man, right? All right. Now,
How do you even get your neck like that?
I want y'all to look at this guy right here, who I called Tim today. And I said, Tim, what was the homie who was the running back in 2018 with the 13-3 Rams? And the Rams went on to lose that Super Bowl, but this guy right here averaged 5.5 yards per carry in a 5-game stretch. He was acquired with only 3 or 4 games left in the regular season. Y'all know who that is right there?
I do.
Beanie
Who is-
Siegel. That's Beanie Siegel.
I thought it looked like Beanie Siegel, right?
Beanie Siegel.
I
I
thought
know
that
who
looked
that
like
is.
Beanie Siegel, right? Right? Who is that, Tim?
C.J. Anderson.
Listen, man, you need a gritty back. You got to have that back that's ugly, that's going to go out there. He ain't going to have them pretty stats. He's not going to have 2,000 yards, all purpose. He's not going to score every touchdown, but he's going to run straight. He got something to prove, and he's an underdog. This guy, C.J. Anderson right here, wasn't even drafted. All right, so everybody who be talking about the draft and the stock in the draft, man, you can always find players that you don't get them from the stock in the draft. And this is the guy who I think is going to play that role right here.
Yo, your camera's so sweet, bro. It
You see
focuses
what I'm saying?
so quick.
Steve looks like, I
You
mean,
see what
that
I'm
Gallman?
saying?
That
You
Wayne
see,
train?
that's Wayne Gallman. That's number 22, the Wayne train. I came prepared for this today.
Authentic was, man, I feel, look, this reminded me of the first time I went to court for a traffic violation,
Hey,
right?
I wanted to present some evidence to the Honorable Joe Judge.
You know the police come in here to the beard. Don't talk about it.
Yo, I'm telling you, because look, they pulled me over and gave me a ticket for running a stop sign, but I ain't run a stop sign. There's no way the cop could have seen me to run a stop sign because of where the car was positioned. So I took pictures of all the intersections and all this, and I rolled up in that joint like I thought. I wish you had the
He was
Law
trying
and
to
Order,
defend himself.
the Law and Order
Scott's
sounds
face.
going on. I tried to straight up defend myself. I was like,
Hey, that's how the judge was looking at him, Scotty,
Dog,
just like
the
that.
judge,
That's what I'm
the
saying.
judge
How
was
did it
like,
go?
is this dude serious? Like this is a traffic court. Like you
How did
can't.
How did it go?
I got the ticket. I had to pay the fine.
I got the ticket.
I almost got held in contempt because I was so angry because they wouldn't listen to me.
I like you, bro, and I probably would be like, no chance. We're giving this man full
Oh, yeah, for
fine.
sure.
And
Fire
of
him
course-
up. You
But-
came here with way too much evidence. But in my case, this evidence is legitimate.
For sure. And look, Kamara is, you know what the craziest thing to me, what sticks out, like when I was doing the stats for the ticker, it's like, bro, he has 70 catches.
this year, and he's been slow the last 3 weeks since Taysom Hill's taken over. He hasn't done a lot.
He only has 18.
Hey, what was the what this is gonna be funny. What was the lawyer on the OJ case? Was it Darden?
Fullman.
Darden
No.
was the prosecutor.
Yeah, he was the prosecutor.
Darden.
Who was his partner in the case?
Marsha Clark.
Marsha Clark. And what was Darden's first name? Do you remember Darden's first name?
Chris.
You know, they said Chris Darden was the one that like jacked up the case, right? Like he
did. He was the one that wanted to do the glove.
you see the beard over here trying to ruin my case right now for Kamara right now?
So you're Marsha Clark and he's Chris Darden. This is wild. Everybody.
Marsha.
The dude you was talking about was the cop, Tim, who they say, went sketchy on the evidence and all that. Furman. Yeah, I got a bar about Furman.
That's Chappelle show, man. He killed it with that one.
Wait, how many catches you were saying he has?
He got 70 catches on the year.
70 catches on the year to go along with 4 receiving touchdowns, 9 rushing touchdowns, and 679 yards. Now, my point to bring all of this up was that this is a guy who has not even scratched the surface of 1,000 yards 1 year in his career. And when it comes to fantasy, Alvin Kamara is picked up in the top 3 for how many years in a row now?
You got to look at yards from scrimmage, though. You are looking at yards from scrimmage, right? Because this guy put up 800 and 800.
For sure.
800 total. And
for sure, but when it comes to running backs, everybody wants that 1,000 out of their running back. Everybody wants their back to get 20 carries a game. Alvin Kamara doesn't even have 20 carries in this whole season. In one game, he does not have 20 carries. My thing is like, he is the perfect definition of a hybrid back when he's paired with the right guy who's a bruiser.
I see what you're saying. And that's why
Enter Beanie Siegel.
Beanie!
Come on, man.
Did they sign C.J. Anderson, or why is C.J. getting pulled up?
C.J. Anderson is the reason why the Rams made it to the Super Bowl, because of his running during the playoffs and towards the end of that season. This guy was averaging 5.5 yards a carry throughout, how many games was it? Seven games, I want to say it was.
Gurley was cooked at that point.
5 games. And you remember that was when Gurley was having the trouble with the arthritis in the knee and all that, right? These are pretty backs. I like those backs too, because we're going to need Saquon. We need Saquon. I do not want Saquon to sign anywhere else, but utilize him proper. And when you look at the way that Sean Payton has been using Alvin Kamara for 4 years in this Saints system, it's amazing. And in these games now, going back to Saints versus Eagles here, it opened up the run for Taysom Hill last week. Taysom Hill, 14 carries for 83 yards. He was averaging 5.9 yards a carry.
He's been balling, and you were saying that he's legit, and I was like, nah, no chance. He's looked good, man. He looked good in his life.
I told you, man. And I think, man, teams need to recognize what's happening here with the Saints. Play good defense, run the ball. And I know a lot of people put the emphasis on the quarterback, nowadays in the NFL. But if you can't run the rock, man, you're going to struggle to win games. And I think that's why I got to pick the Saints in this game. Obviously, I mean, the Eagles are definitely cooked. The wings are clipped off them. Giants took care of them. Their season is pretty much over. But I just think that Alvin Kamara is the difference maker with this Saints offense, and that they have that defense balling. You don't really got to expect too much out of Drew Brees and any of these backup quarterbacks. I think it was one of the reasons why they didn't go to Jameis Winston as the backup quarterback and why they went with Taysom Hill, because they figured, man, we'll run the rock on everybody. And look what the Ravens did just the other night against Dallas Cowboys. I mean, what was it? Killed them with the running game. When you have a quarterback that could do that, which I think the Giants do, I think we need to take a page out of the Saints book here. Just give me the Saints in this game all the way. I mean, my score is closer than I think the game is going to be. I'm going to go 29-13 in this game, and that's for the Saints for sure.
Oh, man, this is my joint right here.
Oh, I had to bring this back.
Great one. I haven't heard this one in a long time.
Yeah, man. 2018, I'm going to do a little shameless plug. Go check out my latest work before the new work comes out, man. Awthentik, nothing more, nothing less. Available on every streaming platform, man. This one right here was called Running Rebels. That's why the fellas recognize it.
I love this beat.
The Beard, before I ask for your pick and your score, I want you to name, what's your favorite Awthentik in his discography? What's your favorite album of all time?
Well, since we're plugging the last album, Dope Boys was...
Dope Boys. Interesting pull.
Like, just because, that thing got a lot of, it relates to me in a period of my life, you know what I'm saying? So,
that's
like, to me, right? that one hit home, you know what I'm saying, of, like, recent stuff. But, I mean, I like a lot of the old stuff just because, like, just to see where things have gone from there to now, it's like, it's insane.
And that's the way to do it. You almost have to start at the beginning and see. It's almost like the whole journey. It's like a Game of Thrones type.
Yeah. This one's almost everybody who knows Awthentik from day one. This is like one of their favorite songs.
It's like the first song that we really released, So I think the wave was just like, oh, wow, they're like doing something new. And that was like a fresh period in time, very personal track. I think that's why people like that one a lot.
For sure. The Beard, all right, now that we got that, give me your pick and your score. Saints, Eagles.
Well, I'm going to go Saints. I'm just trying to figure out how many points they're going to score.
50.
Nah, I think it'll be 31-17 Saints.
31-17 blowout all the way. Beanie Siegel at running back. Sign the. You got a nice colored printer there, Awthentik. I don't know where you got that thing from, but that's
shout out Maria. She blessed me with the printer one time. Y'all know what
All right.
it is.
I
Y'all
think
know what it is.
I think Jalen Hurts is going to, you know what? I think he's going to do a little something. New quarterback, fresh face, 27-24. Give me the Saints.
Hey, Scotty, and before you move away from that game, one thing I want to throw out there. You know, I've been ragging Jalen Hurts a little bit, you know, just because of what I heard. Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, especially in my mind, man, I just been thinking he just don't got what it takes because I see him coming on these 2-point conversions, and it looks really lackluster. I gotta admit. But seeing him play, man, I think the kid's got something. Shifty. I don't know if you saw that one run where he was in open field, man, cornerback right there in an open field tackle, and he hit him with he looked like a running back. Quick shift. I like what I see out of his arm. Quick decision maker. I want to see him throw it downfield a little more so I can really gauge how much arm strength he has, but I think he could be the guy. I think what I saw last week is enough for me to move on from Carson Wentz. The money is the biggest issue, but yeah, I like what I'm seeing out of Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to flip-flop so that when it go down, I'm one of the guys that said I had a little bit of faith in Jalen Hurts. I think he can get the job done.
Well, y'all know I've been talking about Jalen Hurts.
For sure. You've been saying definitely Jalen Hurts could get the job done.
I loved Awthentik's tweet from earlier today. I know we got to move on, but the tweet from earlier today, I don't know if it was a tweet or if it was on Facebook, but it was like...
wait, this is the Awthentik tweet?
Yeah, it's something like along the lines of every sports fan's favorite phrase is
I told you or something like that. I tried to tell y'all. It was something like that.
You're not wrong.
Because we all love to say that, and we say that a lot here at Awthentik in the Beard because we be telling y'all what's going on.
We're prognosticators. We predict stuff, so we want to make sure we're right.
It was I told y'all is every sports fan's favorite line.
Yeah, I like that one.
But you forget when you're wrong, boy. Because I tell you what, I forgot I picked the Eagles to win 7 in a row, and then the Beard last episode was like, I can't believe.
Oh, I definitely didn't forget.
I did do that. What was I thinking?
Hey, I gotta give a big shout out real quick before we move on to my man Jimmy at Old School Flips. He's under 100 away from hitting 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to show some love, go over to my man Old School Flips YouTube channel and give him a sub. Because
do that.
My man been supporting us all season long. So shout out to Jimmy Old School Flips.
Yeah, congrats, Jimmy. That's awesome, bro.
Copy your tab on your top. Go over there, put his name in. Everybody hit subscribe right now. Let's get his name.
Get him.
All right. Well, next preview, the Beard. You might be excited about this one. We're talking about the Washington football team. They are traveling to Arizona, not to take on the Cardinals, to take on the San Francisco 49ers because Santa Clara cares about COVID. Both teams are coming in at 5-7. This is a 4:25 kickoff. Washington coming off the huge upset against Pittsburgh. Antonio Gibson had that turf toe injury in the first quarter, not expected to play. J.D. McKissick, Peyton Barber, going to shoulder the load for Washington's backfield. They did elevate Javon Leak from the practice squad, ex-Maryland player, go Terrapins. So he might get some snaps if he passes like the 19 COVID tests that are required before he can take the field. Alex Smith, he's going back to the team that drafted him number 1 overall in 2005. Last week, Gibson went out, second rush of the game. Alex Smith had to throw the ball 46 times. That's not normally a recipe for success. You're talking about Washington's offense, but it worked out okay. He made sure to feature the short guys, the short field guys. Tight end Logan Thomas, running back J.D. McKissick, targeted 19 times total. They had 19 catches. So when you're talking about eliminating the run game or not being able to run the ball effectively, that's what you got to do. Throw it short and complete the passes. So while Alex Smith has been a check down Charlie, that's what you need when you don't have an efficient run game. And with no Gibson, that's probably what they're going to be facing. Talking about San Francisco, they're coming off a big blowout loss to Buffalo. This has been the injury-ridden team of the year. NFC East got some complaints. We've lost some players. Nobody compares to the San Fran team. No Jimmy Garoppolo, no George Kittle, no Nick Bosa, no Ezekiel Ansah, no Solomon Thomas. That's just the all-pro players they're missing. They're missing a bunch of other guys other than that. Quarterback Nick Mullins, he has taken snaps. He's proved pretty serviceable for him. He did have 3 touchdowns last week against Buffalo, but turnovers has been his bugaboo. He's got 7 turnovers in his last 4 games. So San Fran, their margin of error, which is what we'd like to talk about when we talk about Washington, theirs is very similar. It's small. They have to play pretty perfect to pull out wins. That's why their record's the same as ours. Running back, Radio Raheem Mostert. He missed some time. This is his 3rd game back from injury. He's averaging 5.1 a carry. Washington's going to have to account for this guy. The Beard, talking about your Washington football team, man. Antonio Gibson, he left the game really early last week, and that might have benefited Washington's offense because, Pittsburgh was coming in expecting him to get 25 touches. He completely abandoned the run game totally, and it was more of a passing game. We're not going to get that benefit of, surprise this week. Do you think it's going to affect Washington's offensive output?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna affect it for sure. I mean,
trivia is next, Nate. Sorry to interrupt. Trivia is next.
I was just typing it.
Because look, that I believe that Antonio Gibson, their offense runs through Antonio Gibson. The Washington football team's offense is best when Antonio Gibson is the focus of the offense.
Right.
And the thing is too against San Francisco. So San Francisco is actually one of the best tackling teams in the NFL, even with all the players that they're missing on the defensive side of the ball.
Fred Warner, baby.
So they have, I believe they have their top 5 in the least amount of tackles, of missed tackles in the league, right? And they are the best team with yak. So they allow the least amount of yards after catch. And if you really look at the way that Washington's offense is set up, it's set up for yak, which is why Terry McLaurin leads the league in yak. You have all these passes to the running backs, in the flats, and they're getting the yak after, also. So it's like the offense is really designed to have a lot of yak. So to be honest with you,
that's a disadvantage for Washington going into this game.
It is, especially because we don't have Antonio Gibson. So the run game, let's be honest, the run game is they're probably gonna pass more than what we normally would if we had Antonio Gibson, because I personally like McKissick, and I think McKissick can run the ball. He's not just a pass catcher out the backfield. Peyton Barber's it goes back to what Awthentik was talking about earlier about the thunder and the lightning sort of thing. Like McKissick can kind of be your edge guy, give him the little, runs outside the tackle and give Peyton Barber the stuff in the middle, that'll work. But also, San Francisco is pretty bad against the pass. Not necessarily bad against the pass, but there has been quarterbacks that have torched them.
They're middle of the road.
They're middle of the road.
Yeah, they're middle of the road.
They're ranked 9th pass defense, 291 yards per game, though. Still a good chunk, yeah.
Albeit that most of the quarterbacks that have shredded them are top-tier quarterbacks. But you look what Josh Allen just did to them. You look at what Aaron Rodgers did to them. I'm not saying that Alex Smith has to do that. But what I'm saying is that this might be the game where they're going to have to rely on some downfield passing. And so also you have to remember this game is a game of storylines, left and right. Kyle Shanahan hates Washington with a passion. He doesn't care about anything else but beating Washington when he sees them on the schedule. He said it. If you ever listen to the press conferences of Kyle Shanahan when they talk about playing Washington, he got some mean things to say. You know what I'm saying? Then
we got him that job. If he didn't ball out with us,
I'm just saying, the dude don't like us. And listen, and they're fighting for their playoff lives too.
And I don't know if y'all got him the job. I mean, his skill set kind of got him the job. I wouldn't say it's like how
he was wearing our jerseys when he got the job, or our logo.
For sure. But I wouldn't say it's quite like Bill Belichick and Joe Judge, who Bill Belichick actually called the Giants and said, "This is your guy."
Did he do that?
Yeah, he said, "This is your guy."
And then also, don't forget Trent Williams. Trent Williams is on the offensive line for San Francisco 49ers. Then you got Jordan Reed over there. He's playing tight end right now. Then let's bring it on back over to the Washington side. Alex Smith, that's where 49ers drafted him. You know what I'm saying? They kind of let him, they pushed him to the side too.
And
you know what I'm saying?
His start. They ruined his start. I mean, his first 3 years, he had 3 different coordinators in there. They ruined him. And then they kind of got it together. And once Alex Smith was a viable option, he got hurt and they used Colin Kaepernick to take his job.
Go back and look at Alex Smith's 2005 stats, his rookie year. He was literally, this is not an exaggeration. It was 1 touchdown and 19 turnovers.
Wow. In how many games?
No, he started 13 games.
Oh, man, that's ridiculous. I definitely got to go back and look at that. Wow.
They were bad, though. They were real bad.
Very bad. He had a lot of coordinators. It was unfair because he wasn't like a Aaron Rodgers type, I can do it with anything type quarterback. He definitely needs a system.
Yes. And so
I'm sorry, DeBeard. Let's not give Aaron Rodgers that kind of credit.
You don't think he's
always needed a weapon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he's had 2 different coaches and he's still balling. You know what I mean?
Because I can't even remember who was on that squad in San Fran when Alex Smith got drafted on the offensive side of the ball.
Vernon Davis.
Was Vernon Davis over there?
Yeah, and they had Michael Crabtree. They had some players, man.
Did they have Crabtree that early?
I
don't know if they had Crabtree.
but they definitely had Vernon Davis. And that's the thing is that
Can't do it. Can't win with them.
Logan Thomas is starting to be that guy for Alex Smith. Alex Smith loves his tight end. He loved Vernon Davis. He loved Travis Kelce. You know what I'm saying? And now he's really loving, you know what I'm saying, Logan Thomas.
Hey, Logan Thomas had a perfect game here. 9 targets, 9 catches, 98 yards and a touchdown. And we talked about the one catch on Tuesday. I mean, that one-handed back, just give me that. That's real deal football right there. And I'm in love with Logan Thomas, man, as a tight end. I think he could be your guy moving forward. How old is he, though, is the question.
26.
That's perfect. That's a perfect guy to to grow with this team.
He's pretty young in football age too, because he hasn't had a lot of play.
He's a big boy.
Football age, man, because you start breaking down regardless. We all know this. We've all been in our.
There's a big.
He's an ex-quarterback, so you don't got to worry about a guy who's taking a lot of hits in his career for sure. And he's a big guy. He can deliver the blow.
Jordan Reed was an ex-quarterback too.
Was he? Their styles are very similar too. I feel like, but Logan Thomas just a little more bulk. He'll run you over.
Yeah, but the key, I'm gonna give you the keys.
Keys to the game.
I'm gonna give you the keys. All right.
Khaled.
Defensively, you gotta force the turnovers. San Francisco love to turn the ball over. You gotta force the turnovers in this game.
Nick Mullins loves to turn it over.
Because I'm telling you right now, and the other big thing is too is you're gonna have to protect those edges. Because San Fran got some weapons, and they like to use those weapons in very well thought out designs. I hate to use the word trickery, but like those sort of
a lot of reverses, a lot of
innovative
motion, a lot of pre-snap motion.
So
Brandon Ayuk on little tosses. They'll
Brandon
put a wide receiver in the
Debo
backfield.
Samuel, they're like the same thing almost. You know what I'm saying? So they got and Raheem Mostert, he's no joke. But they've been they got a little discrepancy going on over there with the way they splitting up their carries. So that's definitely something you gotta, you know what I'm saying, be aware of.
I mean, Shanahan has always been like that. He's like he can bring in any running back and it'll be good to go. So I think that's part of his coaching style is it's not dependent upon one player.
Yeah, so you definitely gotta be aware of their weapons, and so containing the edge, forcing the turnovers. Because Nick Mullins ain't. Sometimes you look at him, you be like, man, this guy ain't built. He ain't built for this. You know what I'm saying? And you got Chase Young, Montez Sweat coming off the edge. You're going to have to get to it. Yeah, it happens. It's okay. It's been like that for 33 years.
I'll tell you what it be is. He be gathering his thoughts too damn long. I'm like, bro, get to the point, man.
That's my whole...
He be like, we gonna have to.
That's my whole stick.
Look, bro, I'm ready to talk my shit.
Are you done yet?
I like to let it flow naturally. You know what I'm saying? That's all. People love it. And then offensively, because look, I know Awthentik won't kick off this one, so I'm gonna leave it on this. Offensively, I was talking about how they're gonna have to open up the field, right? You laughing about my sweatshirt situation?
If you really want to talk about,
I can't win. I can't win.
That's 2 weeks in a row, Waterfly.
I'm gonna wear my next T-shirt. Just gonna say Black Power on it. That's just gonna be
Come on.
So offensively, you're gonna have to stretch the field. It's just you're gonna have to do it, but you gotta be very picky with it. If the run is not working, don't abandon it immediately. Work it.
To who?
I already told you, McKissick on the outside the tackles and Barber in the middle. And if we got to bring in Javon Leak, I ain't mad at that. Javon Leak is an electric player. I ain't seen him play in the league. It's a whole different ball game than college. But he does have some electricity to him.
First team to sign him, New York Giants.
Yeah.
The practice squad.
Yep.
No big deal.
And so then what it's going to do is it's going to open up the doors. McLaurin, Cam Sims going to have huge days. I'm going to say one of, if not two of them, will crack. I think this is what I'm going to say. McLaurin going to go for 100 plus.
Okay.
And Cam Sims is going to go for 75 and a touch.
75 would be really nice for him. McLaurin, we know what McLaurin is. Bona fide, number one. He's your guy for sure. And last week, I do think Cam Sims was one of the major difference makers in this game, along with the tight end Logan Thomas. But I have not been high on Cam Sims for this whole season. He only has 18 catches on the year, 1 touchdown on the year. He only has one other big game, which was against the Giants in Week 9, where he had 3 catches for 110 yards. Outside of that, he's been pretty.
How many yards to go with those 18 catches?
But I was going to tell you, what about them yards per catch?
Yards per catch is probably high.
Like 18.
Is it 18? Yeah, he's a big play guy.
Big play guy. He just hadn't had a chance, and now they finally realizing that, they got something here.
I think teams are starting to know he's a big play guy. He only has 1 game with 5 targets or more.
He's definitely not a number 2, probably not even a number 3 at this point. But with what we got going on, I mean,
hey,
but what you saw last week, I did see him step it up, and I talked about this in the Saints preview about you need guys with that chip on their shoulder, and he seems like he's a guy who's trying to prove something. So I'm gonna give him his chance to ball out and do what he does. I do think that this game is not even going to come down to the running game. I think this game will be very similar to how it was against Pittsburgh. I've been telling y'all all year Pittsburgh's a little bit overhyped, a little bit, that schedule's kind of weak. I didn't think that the Washington football team was going to come out and win this game, but Pittsburgh could not run the ball against y'all. 21 rushing yards last week, and y'all couldn't run the ball either. I think this game's going to be kind of similar, pretty ugly, and I think that the biggest key to victory here is limiting the big play. I don't even think Cam Sims is going to go for a big day, but you just don't want him to make one big play.
Our defense, then, Washington's defense.
Yeah, because you got to stop. Tim was talking about it with the trickeration that the San Francisco 49ers like to run. It's going to be very difficult to stop Brandon Ayuk and Samuel out there. These guys are fast, shifty wide receivers that offensive coordinators definitely going to know how to get them the ball. They've had success doing that. Like, San Francisco's roster does not impress me at this moment, especially with all the injuries that they've had all year. So I think for Washington, the main key is going to be to just limit the big plays. If you can limit the big plays, I see y'all coming out of this game with a victory. I still haven't made my pick yet, so I'm going to let the beer wrap it up, and I'm going to try to come up with a pick. Maybe the chat could kind of give me some help with that, too. I want to see what the chat is thinking as far as picks for this game.
I want to see everybody in the chat put in your score predictions for this game.
The Niners are the number 1 defense against the tight end this year, just so you guys know that. With Washington not going to – we can see Peyton Barber maybe having a good game, but you can probably guess that he's not going to have a great game.
Yeah.
That worries me for Washington's offense because we were already somewhat one-dimensional. We got one great receiver. We got a decent scat back in Gibson, better than decent, good.
Yeah.
That's about it outside of those 2 guys. Now we don't have any Gibson. McLaurin can be contained. We saw that last week. It might have been an injury, too. If you guys don't remember, he didn't practice a lot last week. He only had two catches in the game, so that might have contributed, or he might have just been shut down by Pittsburgh's defense. But either way, Washington's coming in stripped to the bare bones right now in offense. Don't count on Logan Thomas for 120 yards.
You're right. They're super banged up. It reminds me of the Giants going into the Bengals game a bit. It's like one of those games where you definitely have to rely on your defense to keep you in this game because offense is not going to go down the field and give you long drives for touchdowns a bunch of times. I see Washington probably reaching the red zone maybe 3 times in the whole game. So definitely going to have to take advantage of your opportunities you get when you're down there.
Might be red zone conversions. Awthentik, are you ready for a pick and a score, or you need another minute?
I want the beer to go. He was like, but we're going to have the chat do it. He kind of echoed me. I thought he had some more stuff to say.
No, I did, but then Scotty Boomz went on a soliloquy, so I let him roll.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Nah, you good. It was good. It was a good little ending to the segment. Look. Washington is going to win the game.
Okay.
It's going to be tough, and I'm not out here like, one of these folks that's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Washington, they're going to blow them out the water, and we're going to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But I like where we are right now. I like the momentum. I think we're coming together at the right time. I think the defense is playing better than it was in the beginning of the year. Everything feels a little bit more consistent. Now, I am scared crapless about not having Antonio Gibson. And I'm also very scared of the playmakers on the 49ers team. But I think if we can get to Mullins, and I think if we make timely big plays, that we will come out victorious by a final score of 21-17.
Low scoring. I've been hearing a lot of low
score,
scoring.
Man. I like that score.
Washington football team. You're rocking the gear. You got to pick the team. Awthentik. Give me a pick and a score. Washington 49ers.
I'm browsing this chat a little bit here.
It's pretty split.
See 27-24 from Noah. San Fran, you heard it here first. Let's see. Kevin Williams says 31-17 Washington. I kind of like that. That's not too bad. I don't know how they're going to get 31, but that's not too bad. Where's Marjorie's score? That's the one that I was most in agreement with, I think.
Call on the chat.
Jimmy, I gave you a shout out and you picked San Francisco to win 13-10.
Marjorie says 23-21. Okay.
An unbiased pick. That's what we're looking for, the beard.
I wrote down 21-19. So I'm going to go, man, I got to catch up to the beard, man. You know, I'm down 2 games, you said. This might be the one I might be able to catch up and get one more back. So I'm going to go 21-19 San Francisco 49ers.
I'm sorry, one more time.
21-19 San Fran.
I'm sorry, one more time.
21-19. 21-19.
No, I heard the numbers. The team is what I'm
San Fran.
Yeah. Hey, and we talked about this too.
21.
Best
19.
second half defense in the league.
Oh yeah, you brought that one up. Yeah.
Boom, Kevin Williams, what's up? 1 touchdown. How about it? That's
since week 5. Amazing. Gotta I thought it was smoke and mirrors with this Washington defense, man. But that front four is coming around now. They're back to game 1 form. And I think it's showing in the secondary. Secondary was first in passing defense all year. And, yeah, I mean, I got to give y'all kudos, bro. Y'all been balling.
Not enough to pick us against a 5-7 team without their starting quarterback, D-end.
I'll tell you what really put me over the edge. It was something you said. It was about Shanahan hating Washington.
The Beard said that, but, yeah, I guess.
Oh, the Beard said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be a factor, man. And, yeah.
He's a phenomenal coach. He's a better coach than Ron Rivera. I hate to say it. He is.
I'll give you that. I will give you that.
All right, got the scores. Let's take a quick commercial break. Some people asking for trivia. You about to get it. We'll be back in about 14 seconds. Hang tight.
Your wide receiver on IR? Aw, shucks. Your running back keep fumbling every week? Man, damn it all. Well, come chop it up with your boys. We are waiver wire tight. Awthentik and the Beard. Every Sunday morning, streaming live at 11 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a commercial for our Sunday morning show, The Parlay. We cover all 16 games, over and unders, against the spreads, and fantasy for your daily and full season picks to get that championship trophy for your league.
Look, you know what I kind of base it off of? Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? There's like a what's it? Jazzy Fizzle. Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah.
That's kind of where that came from.
Jazzy Fizzle production, yeah, that was his thing.
The slow, more bass one you just did a minute ago, though.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's a great voice. Why don't you use that, bro? That's a phenomenal.
Instead, he'd be like Hackinson, Dwayne Haskins,
Wookie Wild Receiver.
Wookie Wild Receiver. Ain't nobody.
That's
my
the
man
Wheaton right there. That's the Wheaton, baby.
That's the Wheaton.
Love it, Beard. Because we're all from Wheaton. We're all, born a half mile apart. All right.
Facts.
It's everybody's favorite time of the night.
Jazz flutes.
Oh,
Jazz
I mean, I can't even fade out the.
Hey. All right.
Trivia time.
3 total questions. That's it.
We got a couple ties in a row here, right?
Yes, this is a triple or nothing, not a double or nothing. This is a triple or nothing type show. So that's why I only did 3 questions. The last one I'm excited for. I'm not going to say they're easy or hard authentic because you want me to just leave it as is. We're going to do that tonight.
Yeah, I play down to the competition when you do that.
You get right. I think you maybe get a little shook up. You're like, oh, now I got expectations. You like to go out there with no expectations and really ball out.
Hey, shout out my girl though. She got us some little chalkboards for today. So you're gonna get some clear answers today. We're gonna get some clear answers today.
So with that being said, Authentic, do you want to still institute the rule that I mentioned? Or
yes. Should we do both or should we just do one?
Let's do one.
Let's do the one for now. So this is the
new
thing. The way we normally do it.
Tim, don't look. He's like, just do the one. I don't want to lose this. We pushed it 3 weeks in a row. I don't want the chat to help you win.
The thing is, with the chalkboard, the one rule, I was going to institute a pass rule where you could pass if you didn't know the answer. We don't need to do that anymore now, right? Because with chalkboards, you get the instant answer from both of you guys.
Truth, but maybe we can pass it so that we don't show it first.
It's still an interesting little nugget. So we're going to.
I like the nugget.
Right.
I like the nugget.
Folks,
let me get a 4-piece and a McSorley.
A double McSorley.
A double McSorley.
Add Big Mac sauce.
Big Mac
God.
Folks, what we normally do.
Hey, before we move, Scotty, I'm sorry. I have to let everyone in the chat know this. And I think the beard knows what I'm about to say.
Kauki?
This dude goes to McDonald's, okay?
This dude?
This dude over here, sitting to my left, okay? On the screen, he's to my right. Well, he's to my left. Y'all right. He goes to McDonald's, okay? And he goes, let me get a McDouble with Big Mac sauce and extra mayonnaise.
That's old Tim though. Before the beard. That was before the beard.
Can you imagine?
What does that look like?
Soup. A soup. Mayonnaise soup. All right, Scotty, continue. I just wanted to let y'all know.
That's old. That's old.
I think now it's extra.
There's no extra. There's no mayonnaise on it no more, man.
There never was mayonnaise. I just add. That's
what I'm saying. I don't add any more mayonnaise no more. Just the Big Mac sauce.
It was gross, and then he's got that beard game going on. It was disgusting.
Loving mayonnaise. That is the whitest part of the beard. He loves mayonnaise. That's a trivia answer for you guys. A little nugget. We normally do it, folks. I ask a question, and we take one and then the other. We got chalkboards now, and I'm instituting a new rule. We're going to start with one player or the other. If they don't know it, they are allowed to pass, which means the other contestant will have to answer first. A useful tool if maybe you think you know it and your other person doesn't know it. You can send it their way and have them mess it up.
Okay, but wait.
That's only for the person going first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense. Do you notice that the beard, every trivia, after you say something about the first question, okay, wait.
And he started that before I started giving him bias type picks. So that's on you, the beard. You started this whole thing. Now I'm coming at you.
He's blown, look.
No. We're good.
Readjustments. I hope I take this tonight. I really do.
These are good. They're good. So you're good, the beard? Do you have a piece of chalk? Do you have your chalkboard?
Yeah, he has a piece of chalk.
Yeah. We each get our own piece of chalk. Can you imagine that?
Start tonight. I want to volunteer.
The budget went up for Awthentik and the beard, man. We got a piece of chalk each, board each, you know?
Who's first tonight? Do you guys remember?
Awthentik.
It's me first. Let's get it.
If you guys know the answers, type it in. If they don't know, they're going to steal it.
Facts.
Question number 1, going Awthentik. Only 2 running backs have eclipsed 400 scrimmage yards in each of the last 8 NFL seasons. Only 2. Name those.
One more time on the question. Only 2.
Only 2 running backs have eclipsed 400 scrimmage yards in every season the last 8 years. Their names you'll know. Maybe playing NFC East teams this
Only
weekend.
2?
8 seasons. So your CMC, nah, no way.
So they're still active right now?
No more hints, man. No more hints.
The chat's throwing up CMC and Barkley.
It's not them. 8 years.
I don't know how to write with chalk. Oh, I broke it.
Lax, man. All right, Awthentik.
This reminds me of something else.
Ooh, man, these are good guesses. These are really impressive guesses because y'all got to think about 8 years for a running back. That's like 50 years for a quarterback. There's not a lot of dudes that have been in the league 8 years. Awthentik, we got 5 seconds. Buddy.
I'm going to go ahead and pass this one. I'm going to pass it because I'm still thinking of the second one.
The beard, you cannot pass it. We're not allowing passing. You have to go ahead and hit it. Give me the scores. Adrian Peterson and Frank Gore is his answer. Awthentik, we will now need your answer.
I'm going to play it safe. I had Adrian Peterson already up on here. I think it could be Gore as well.
So I'd laid a hint in there somewhat in the middle. It might have got cut out on my mic and no one heard it. I said this is a player the NFC East might be playing this weekend.
Oh.
The answer is Frank Gore and Giovanni Bernard.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Everybody in here, you guys all take a L, man. Take a
Super
lap.
L's.
Take a lap around the channel, everybody. Impressive. Wow. Good question.
Yeah, that was. I like how you pat yourself on the back. Good question.
Why don't they make chalk with pointed ends like pencils and pens?
See, the way chalk works is it wears down as you use it, you know, so you make the point as you write with it.
The teachers never asked the beard to go up there and do the answers clearly.
Nah, because look.
He literally went first right, crack. I told my girl, I was like, yo, we should give him a half piece of chalk, man. We opened up a new box of chalk so he could have a full piece of chalk.
Yeah, one in your left hand. That's what you need. That's all you need. Just a little one. You got to stub it up. Ask the teacher. Yeah, I'm sure we got some teachers. All right. Question number 2, 0-0. Going to this one. The Beard, you are answering first. Amari Cooper is next receiving.
Wait. Aren't we supposed to answer at the same time?
No, bro, we just went over this.
All right.
We gave the new rule is the pass rule, and whoever goes first can pass off.
And I asked you this, the Beard.
And he asked us if we were cool with it, and you literally said yeah.
You said nothing, I don't think. You said, yeah, like, killing me, the Beard. Maybe we'll change it up next week, but come on, man. Get on board,
Gretzel
man.
said I should have got him the holder for the chalk that makes it like a pen.
There we go.
No dog, like everybody stay with the group now. Stay with the
I gotta
group.
keep it PC on this show. It's a family show, as my man Joel said.
The Beard's falling back right now on the museum tour. All right, question number 2. The Beard, you are answering first. You can pass if you want. You still have that available to you. Amari Cooper's next receiving touchdown is going to be his 5th of the 2020 campaign. If he reaches that milestone, he'll be the first wide receiver since this Steelers player to record 5 or more touchdowns in each of their first 6 seasons.
I mean, that could be like 3 different receivers.
That's why it's a trivia question. That is why we do it this way.
First, how many seasons was it?
First 6 seasons. This
First
is a modern
6
day
seasons.
player. This is a modern day player.
Okay. Good hint. I like that hint.
What do you consider to be modern day?
He's playing right now,
All
right?
I'm trying to say,
Is he playing right now?
think Gio Bernard. You guys got to get outside the box for me on this answer.
Got you.
I got the answer. So that means I'm not passing. So we're
you're not
Wait,
passing?
don't. Well, you could. I wanted the
No,
question
we're-
one more time,
yeah,
but you could
go
show
ahead.
it if you're not
No,
passing.
I was
No,
gonna say
one
we
more
can
time.
show it at the same time since I'm not passing it.
No, that don't mean we.
I'm
I get the advantage. What you talking about?
going to ask it one more time, just to make sure we're all clear on everything.
Hey, Tim is smoking some huff today, man. What happened to this guy? You see him
trying to
squinting
win.
and stuff. He's like,
Focused. I think he
I
really
thought-
wants to win. I think he really wants to win. Let's get serious. We're tied for first place right now in the NFC East, man. It should be fisticuffs going on. Amari Cooper is going to score. If he scores one more touchdown, it'll be his 5th receiving touchdown of the year. Which Steelers wide receiver will he tie for starting their career with at least 5 touchdowns in their first 6 seasons?
okay. I just want a little clarity on this. Are we talking about a Steelers wide receiver right now?
No, he does not play for them right now.
Okay, I just had to because it says Steelers wide receiver. I'm just making sure it's not that. All
I
right.
don't know if they have a receiver who's been there 6 years right now. Juju's only like, what, year 3, year 4?
It's the only person I could think of.
There's 85 comments in the chat since I've turned away from the chat.
I see a lot of Juju. Okay, Tim. You can go ahead and show it.
You don't want to pass the Beard?
No.
All right.
You should have.
Hines Ward, Awthentik. Give me your
Modern day
score.
is Hines Ward.
Shout out Gretzel. These chalkboards are money. Emmanuel Sanders. I don't think a single person in this chat has gotten it yet. I'm killing y'all tonight. I'm about to be 2-0 here. Nope. Sanders, Brown, Hines Ward.
I got a backup.
You sound like me.
I mean, I don't want points for
You guys
it,
want
but
more chance? You guys want more chance right now? Do you guys have any?
That's my backup.
The Beard? Do you have
It's not
anything
it.
else
I
for
could
me?
tell
I'm
by
sticking with
Scotty's.
Hines Ward.
I could tell. It's Mike Wallace.
Oh,
He had
man.
47 receiving touchdowns in his first 6 years. At least
Kicking
5
our
every
butt
year.
today, Scotty.
These are good questions, though. I've worked hard.
They
on
are. I like them.
All right, let's get into something we know a little bit better. Some hip hop.
Dang.
Nathan. This is a good one, too. I like this question. I think you guys will be all right on this one.
Brownie said, "Who the hell?"
We are
That's
starting-
how the Beard be talking. The Beard be like, "Say the what?"
Who the hell? Take out
Mike
some-
Wallace got kicked out of the league. He was doing the water fly.
No. Mike Wallace?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Interesting.
Didn't
trivia
know
question.
that.
Question number.
Wait, you said he was doing the water fly?
Yeah, you know how water fly puts the emojis, the cloud and the tree?
Oh,
Oh, I thought
Got
you
you.
meant like PCP.
No.
that's what I thought he was
said
talking
we're
about. You know, in
water,
DC they
get
call
the water,
PCP
the
water.
Right.
It's on the water fly.
Let me
I
get
was
some
like,
of that water.
You hear like,
Let me get a stick of water.
Hey, wait, what? Water. All right, question number 3. We're starting with Awthentik. He has used his pass. It is not available. This Southern hip-hop trio 1991 album, We Can't Be Stopped, featured an album cover with the graphic photograph of the group in a hospital wheeling one of the members down a hallway in a stretcher after a shooting incident. This is a real picture, really happened. I need the name of the group, and I need the name
this one, Tim?
of the rapper inside the stretcher. We're starting with Awthentik. The hip-hop group and the name of the member that was in the stretcher on the album cover of the 1991 album, We Can't Be Stopped, which might as well be the slogan for the best division of football, because right now we can't be stopped. Migos is correct.
Migos is correct. You got this one, Tim?
Absolutely not.
You don't got this one?
Awthentik, we're starting with you.
You don't got this one?
No.
Dang.
Oh, that's what it was.
The beard.
He got the group.
I forgot it. I forgot the name of it.
Little short guy.
I know. As soon as he turned it over, I remembered it. But
Bushwick Bill just passed, I think, too, right? Rest in peace to Bushwick Bill, man.
I got the first part, and then I threw my rap name in there for everybody.
Fantastic trivia time. Yo, these are a game changer right now. I'll tell you what. We should definitely do simultaneous answers next week, though.
Hey, to all you youngins, man, do your research. Scarface was pretty much the leader of that group. Check out The Fix by Scarface, and definitely check out any album by the Ghetto Boys, man. Great group. Underrated group, too, man, for real.
Because right now you're on my block, and we're talking about NFC East football, best division in football.
The push goes to Awthentik, right?
No.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You won.
He said no.
Beard, you got shut up pretty much, buddy. Because if we're going 2 for 2, yeah, it's Awthentik takes the triple-double right there. Not bad. All right. 2 more to get into. We're also going to talk about what time's kickoff tonight. We are running
8:20.
Oh, man.
Good pace.
Everybody's watching this Patriots game. Who really cares, right? Patriots, Rams. Could be interesting. Maybe not.
I like that game.
We are going to get into is Awthentik's New York Giants. They are hosting the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals coming off a loss to the Rams. Their last 5 games, they're sitting at 1-4, scoring 26 a game. So the offense is doing okay. They're giving up 30 points a game. DeAndre Hopkins on the offensive side of the ball, less than 60 receiving yards in his last 3 games. Kind of hard to fathom. You're talking about a talent like D-Hop. They're also allowing 123 rush yards per game. We know what the Wayne Gallman's been doing for New York. Last 2 games, 40 carries combined, 229 yards, and a tutty. So Arizona's going to have to tighten that thing up, or Wayne's going to be running all over these fools. Giants coming off that huge upset win on Sunday against Seattle. 4-game win streak, sitting in first place, led by the defense. They are 9th in the league, allowing only 22 points a game, 96 rush yards a game they're giving up. That's 4th overall. Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, Danny, can't remember what Awthentik wanted to call him, something about the RPO he wanted to throw in there.
Dual threat Danny.
Dual threat Danny. He's expected to start. So Colt McCoy, thanks for the win. Hit the bench, kid. Jones is back from the hamstring. Before he got hurt, he was on his best stretch of the year. His 3 games prior to the injury, QB rating of 93, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, and a 3-0 record. No coincidence there. The big number that I pulled up today for Daniel Jones, which I think has really led to the Giants' recent success, yards per average when it comes to throwing the football. His first 8 games, 5.1, which is bad. It'd be in the bottom of the league. His 3 games prior to the injury, 7.8. That's an elite number when it comes to yards per attempt. You see Wayne Gallman doing his thing, running the football, and you can attribute that maybe to Jones stretching the football, Jason Garrett being able to open up the playbook. So those are all dangerous things. You're talking about a defense as good as they are, being able to have a complementary offense. Awthentik, we talked in depth about this Giants defense. I'm ready for an offensive breakout. I want to see 30-point game, something just crazy, 400 yards in total offense. What do you want to see Jason Garrett, Daniel Jones, Wayne Gallman, Darius Slayton do on Sunday to get that big point?
I'm with you on that, man. I'd like to see some high scoring in this game too, and I think to beat the Cardinals, you're definitely going to have to high score. So in the Cardinals' 6 wins, they've scored over 30 points in all of them but 1 game. In their 6 losses, they scored 30 points 1 time against Miami. So I think 30 is the magic number in this game. The Giants are definitely going to have to get to 30 if we're going to want to win this game. I think it starts in the trenches too, man. You know, I saw a tweet today from PFF. The Giants' offensive line is ranked 9th by PFF in pass blocking efficiency over the past 5 weeks, which is amazing. Andrew Thomas is really looking like the first-round pick that I think all Giants fans thought he would be. And the Giants' interior defense, man, salute to Leonard Williams, man. I've been saying it all year long. Pay that man. That man deserves the money. Y'all know his nickname should have something with disruptor in it because he's one of the biggest disruptors in the NFL right now. 6 sacks in his last 7 games, 8.5 on the year. He had 2.5 sacks last week against Russell Wilson, which, you know, going into that game, I was very worried about Russell Wilson, man. You know, very shifty in the pocket. He knows how to make people miss in small places when he's in the pocket and then be able to make throws down the field. Every time you saw Russell Wilson try to make that throw after making the move, he had a second man in his face. So I think we're going to have a lot of pursuit on defense, just like we did against the Seahawks, against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals here. And I like this Giants defense, man. We're playing confident right now. Y'all know I butcher the Sam Darnold, Aaron Donald. Cardinals got a guy named Dan Arnold.
Wait, yeah, the tight end.
He was their leading receiver last week with 2 catches for 61 yards.
He also starred in Roseanne.
Yeah,
and he also starred in Roseanne. Shout out to
the drywall
man. Yeah, straight up. So I think it's it's imperative that we stop D-Hop, who actually is coming into this week with an injury, didn't practice today, along with a lot of other players for the Arizona Cardinals. You got Kenyon Drake, who's banged up with an ankle that didn't practice today. Safety Jalen Thompson has been ruled out. Isaiah Simmons didn't practice today, who's been kind of getting it together, had a rough start to his year in his first couple of games. And inside linebacker Devondre Campbell, who has 80 tackles on the year and 2 sacks, is looking like he might not play in this game. Not banking on any injuries here for sure. I think the Giants can go in here and take care of this team while healthy, but that's going to help us out for sure. And we know about this Giants rush defense. Giants rush defense has been fantastic this year. Patrick Graham deserves a lot of praise, man. He's been doing really good. Me and Tim were watching his press conference, talking about his journey to the NFL, the coaches that helped him out, and he had like an internship or something like that at Notre Dame. I know Tim was pretty happy about that one. And the Giants rush defense is only allowing 4 yards a carry, man, 96 yards a game. That's 9th and 4th in the NFL, which is really, really, really good. Kenyon Drake, they were saying, had a good game. I saw that in the chat last week, and a good game for him is 10 carries and 49 yards. I'll take that all day. I think we could beat the Cardinals if he comes away with a day like that again. It's 4.9 yards per carry, which, you know, that's kind of high for a running back. But I think it's going to be imperative also that we stop Chase Edmonds. You don't want him to come off the bench and start balling out. Second backs tend to give the Giants problems. We saw that with Boston Scott with the Eagles in the first game. And I think the keys to victory in this game are pretty similar to Washington winning their game. You got to limit the big plays. You know, if you can contain Kyler Murray, keep him in the pocket, don't have him throwing the ball all crazy down the field, you know, I think that we could see a win in this game. And Tanner's been talking about this on his channel for like 3 weeks straight. If you take away the Hail Mary, the Cardinals would have lost 5 straight games.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
wow.
so that went from Kyler Murray being an MVP candidate to now being, you know, kind of iffy play, man. And you got to fault the shoulder injury a little bit there. But I think that that's going to be the Giants, you know, the biggest keys to victory is definitely limit the big plays. We're going to have to force some turnovers, just like the Beard said for Washington, which I do think in y'all game, y'all could maybe get away with not forcing turnovers because I feel like that offense from San Francisco is not as explosive, especially with the injuries. But taking care of the ball with Daniel Jones back in the lineup is going to be another key point. You know, you talked about it, the 3 games leading into his injury. I mean, dude was balling out, didn't get any turnovers. His last 5 games, he only had like 1 fumble in the last 5 games. He's really cleaned it up this year. I just want to see more touchdowns out of him. So it goes to your point about wanting to see bigger production out of the offense because that's what I want to see. I want to see that game where Daniel Jones just lights it up. We haven't had that all year. You know, Daniel Jones only, 10 touchdowns or 9 touchdowns on the season.
This might be the game to do it. Talking about Kyler Murray, though, we know he's dealing with the shoulder injury. Last 2 games, he's had under 180 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, also 3 turnovers. But the big number I want to look at, he's only had 15 carries in his last 3 games combined, 5 in each game or something like that. 61 yards. Do you think this is for the Beard? Also authentic. Do you think he's running less to protect the shoulder, or is Kingsbury trying to save this kid from? Because we know he's not a big body. He's not even Russell strong. So he'd be the kind of guy you'd be worried about taking big hits. Are they changing the offense up, or is this all just protecting taking hits for that shoulder?
So, well, I think a little bit of everything, but In reality, I think it's just the play calling because it's not like a lot of Kyler Murray's runs. It's different than, I think, Lamar Jackson. Okay, so like with Lamar Jackson, you see a lot of calls ran specifically for the quarterback to run, right? With Kyler Murray, he was getting a lot of his runs on the breakdown of plays. It wasn't necessarily a lot of play calls directly for him to run the ball. So I think you're starting to see the defense, be more they're holding their ground on the contain because that's what you saw. I mean, when we played them, you saw it. I mean, like if you don't contain that outside edge, he's going to give you all he needs to do is do one of those, and it's a wrap for a lot of these players. You know what I'm saying?
Because when the quarterbacks get hit, they're going down on their shoulders. So it's like if he already has a lingering injury. But he doesn't necessarily take the hits either. Like he's good. He's real good at getting out of bounds. A, B, you gotta remember he played baseball. Don't nobody slide like Kyler slide.
Yeah,
you know what
I'm saying? And he's low to the ground, so it makes it a lot easier to slide. Daniel Jones having big trouble sliding at 6'5". But I definitely agree with you on that. A lot of Kyler Murray's runs are improvisation for sure. He's scrambling out the pocket and he doesn't see what he wants downfield, and then he'll run and get you a good 10 yards. But in these last couple of games, he has struggled. In the last game, I want to say it was 3 carries for like 20 yards or something like that. So he's definitely limiting his running. The one thing I'm scared of, if DeAndre Hopkins does play in this game and James Bradbury and Yadam do a good job of shutting him down, I'm worried about Christian Kirk, because Christian Kirk has had some very major bust games this year. But when he has had big games, like he had against Seattle, he's had some huge games, man. He single-handedly got them that win, I feel like, against Seattle with the 2 big plays that he had. One of them was like 70 yards or something like that. So I'm really worried about that on the defensive side of the ball. The Giants have showed that they can have holes in their defense, Even against the Bengals, who didn't put up many points on us, you saw it on first and second down at times when they would throw the ball. There'd be gaping holes in our secondary and in our linebacker core covering running backs and stuff like that. So I'm just looking for another great game plan out of Patrick Graham. Last week, I love what he was doing, switching out of the 4-3 and going to the 3-4. Cover 2 man, which I told y'all, that's my favorite defense. When you got cornerbacks who can really ball out, it's the only time you can run cover 2 man. A lot of teams have gone away from that. But that Tampa 2 and cover 2 man was so popular for so many years there when teams had lockdown corners,
You got to get physical with the people, and you have physical corners. They're not huge guys, but they're all physical.
Facts.
The Beard, man, what are you feeling about Arizona's offense, though?
And y'all wonder why I be interrupting this guy.
No, I mean, he was asking me the question. I was, I was reading the chat, Waterflies and Kevin Williams going back and forth about the Giants and the Redskins.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, man. That honestly, that deserves no attention. That deserves no attention.
So, look, because this is the thing is that you can't get caught sleeping against Arizona. That's the big key. Because
how would you attack the Giants defense if you are Cliff Kingsbury? What's his name?
Yeah, something like that. Kingsbury.
Is it Cliff? Yeah. Or Cliff?
Y'all got me confused now.
Cliff Kingsbury?
Cliff Kingsbury.
It's not Kingsbury, it's Kingsbury.
I thought it was Kingsbury. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's what threw me off. Kingsbury.
Don't do that to me, man.
No, so look, this is what you have to do though, is that you obviously are gonna have to stop DeAndre Hopkins. That's the biggest thing. We already know that. There's no question about that. You know what I'm saying? But it's those secondary receivers and it's those Andy Isabellas, it's those Dan Arnolds, those guys. And if you look at the stats, right, and if you look at the plays, those guys are catching these huge passes. They, like the Dan Arnold was like a 50-yard touchdown pass last game.
Is Christian Kirk healthy?
Yep. I think Christian Kirk is healthy. And the Beard is right on the big plays from Dan Arnold. I was going to butcher that again. And 2 catches for 61 yards. One of them was a big play.
And then the other one with Andy Isabella. Like, Andy Isabella doesn't get a lot of catches per game. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is they're really good at that, working the same thing over and over and over again, and then running the play off of that play. And that's when they catch teams off guard. And so as long as you're on your toes and you don't get caught off guard, then you should be fine, because that's where they get a lot of their points come from big plays. It's not necessarily these long sustained drives, with a balanced run pass. It's really, they're hitting you with the same play over and over. They're going to get a lot of 3 and outs doing it, but what happens is they wait for that defense to kind of like, move up a little bit and favor that play, and then they catch them on their heels, and then that's when the big play comes, and that's when they get their points.
Yeah, and the running game has been like just dismal for the Cardinals. I mean, Drake has not showed up all year, to be honest. He's not been the running back that they want him to be, and I think that puts more pressure on DeAndre Hopkins, and I think that's why his numbers are so crazy this year. I mean, he's got 85 catches on the year for 1,019 yards already, 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 12 yards per catch. But Jalen Ramsey pretty much just put out the manuscript of how you tame him. In this past week against the Rams, he had 8 catches for 52 yards. That's 6.5 yards per catch. It's almost half his yards per catch on the season, So I think that's how you shut him down. Keep everything in front of you, which James Bradbury's really good at,
And I think it's just a bad matchup for Arizona. Like, their offense is obviously not doing well, and they're sputtering, and the Giants' defense is peaking right now. It seems like they're playing the best they played all year. It seems like a bad matchup team. What were you going to say, the Beard?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I was going to say that Drake is still like a top 5 in the league in rushing. Which is kind of crazy, yeah.
That's
Kenyon Drake?
Yeah.
With the injury, right? Because he's been out. He was out a couple games.
700. He's got 768 yards. He might have fallen out the top 5, but he's definitely top 10 in rushing.
That's shocking.
Oh, okay. Top 10. If he's right at 10, I wouldn't be too surprised. But top 5 is ridiculous. He missed games.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You talked about Hopkins last game, right? He was targeted 13 times too in that game. So it's almost like Kyler likes to force it to Hopkins a lot of times too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
one corner in football on him too. Is Jalen?
Yeah. So there's an opportunity there for a turnover for sure. But I mean, the Giants know how to win this game. And the type of football that the Giants have been playing is the type of football that you're going to need to continue to play in order to win this game. So, I mean, I like the Giants. I said the Giants will probably win out.
Look, go ahead, man. Give me a score to pick while you're here, then. Let's do it.
I'm gonna take the Giants by a final score of 23-17.
Giants 20-17.
I like that. Give me my Giants 27-21.
27-21. I think you guys might even shut them out. 21 points sounds like too much to me. I'm going Giants. I think the explosion is happening this weekend. Give me the Giants 34-10.
That would be super nice. Definitely going to have to hold the Cardinals to under 30. Don't plan on winning if they get around that 30 mark.
Write this down, though. I'm telling you right now, Colt McCoy, even though he's corny, I think he might have showed Daniel Jones some things. Like,
for sure.
Like savvy veteran type stuff. And he's like, all right, I'm going to do it like that too.
Most definitely.
So Kenyon is 8th in rushing.
Yep, 8th in rushing yards. I did peep that. He's averaging 4.2 yards a carry, I think it was. He's 5th in attempts, too.
Okay, so that's average out then. I mean, you feel like you should be right about the same as far as attempts.
It's kind of crazy because he's been hurt. That's why I'm like, dang, he's getting a lot of carries to be hurt. That's what's up though. Good for him. But it's not jumping off the screen to me at all.
Yeah, for sure. It's not like one of those things where like it's those. There's two sort of running games.
Ezekiel Elliott is 5th. Josh Jacobs 4th. James Robinson 3rd. Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry at the top of the league. That is interesting.
Maybe we just hate running backs because we're like, these guys are having a terrible season.
They're awful.
Well, James Robinson, we've talked about James Robinson numerous times on the parlay.
Yeah.
We already know.
And we talk how bad Zeke's doing, and he's doing the same as James Robinson, who we're gushing.
And I would have never thought James Robinson would. Well, James Robinson is 3rd in attempts, actually.
Oh, where's he?
He's 3rd in rushing as well.
I was surprised when I saw how many attempts Wayne Gallman has on the year.
Where's Wayne Gallman at?
He's over 100 attempts.
Not a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to break down some Wayne Gallman stats, man, but we're getting close to the end here. But yeah, Wayne Gallman is probably right around 100 attempts. Yep.
Let's take one more commercial break. We're gonna come back. Let's hit that Cowboys game, and then we'll finish out with the Rams Pats. Kickoff has already started.
Yeah, let's get it.
15 seconds. Hang tight. And we're back.
Expecting your lineup to be the only for it to turn into some Well, we can help you rectify that situation. Come chop it up with your boys, Awthentik and the Beard. The best division in football. The best division in football. Streaming live every Tuesday, every Thursday at 7 p.m.
Long show tonight. Thanks for hanging in with us. We only got one more preview to get to. Talk about those Dallas Cowboys traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Cowboys 3-9. Bengals coming in 2-9-1. That doesn't make sense. Oh, no, it does. Yeah, 2-9-1. They both have 13. Okay, yeah, we're good. Cowboys coming off that big loss to Baltimore on Tuesday, 34-17. The Bengals lost to that Miami elite defense. It was 19-7. Bengals on a 4-game losing streak. Andy Dalton starting for the Cowboys now. His fourth start coming off that injury. 68% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 3 INTs in his last 3 games. So he's been pretty serviceable. He's got a lot of franchise records in Cincinnati, so it's an interesting homecoming for the boy. That's kind of been a theme of tonight, the way the Bear was talking about earlier. Cowboys defense, worst in football. They're giving up 168 rush yards per game. Against Baltimore on Tuesday, they gave up 5 different rushes of over 20 yards. It was 294 total on the ground, which is crazy because they have talent. We know Van Der Esch is good. Jalen Smith has been good. That's what I'm talking about, defensive coordinator Mike Nolan. It's his first year as well as McCarthy's. If they come out here and have another stinker against the Bengals, he might be joining Greg Williams and the unemployment line collecting a check. This could be his last game if he doesn't do it. On the Bengals side of the ball, Brandon Allen, he's the quarterback that replaced Joe Burrow when he had the season-ending injury against Washington. Struggled last week. 11 of 19, 153 yards, touchdown, and an INT. Bright side in the offense all year has been T. Higgins, wide receiver. Rookie receiver having a great freshman season. 2nd receiving yards, 2nd in catches, 3rd in touchdowns. Best player on defense, definitely safety, Jesse Bates. 2nd-round pick, 2018. Dude's a stud. He's going to get some Pro Bowl votes this year. 88 tackles, 13 passes knocked down. He's got 3 interceptions on the year. The Beard, Troy Aikman, he did the Cowboys game. He was going off. We know the Cowboys had the Dak Prescott injury, a lot of offensive line injuries. Do you think him freaking out about the Cowboys situation is overreaction, underreaction, or a proper reaction?
I mean, the Cowboys are a mess. The whole organization is a mess. It was a mess from the beginning, the whole Dak situation. And then Dak gets hurt, and then Andy Dalton comes in. I mean, Ben DiNucci played quarterback. Zeke Elliott's getting paid a lot of money. He's not really, he's producing yards, but he's not producing game-changing moments.
Big fumbles.
Big fumbles. Excuse me. And then, Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb without Dak Prescott, it's a bad situation. But the Cincinnati Bengals are horrible. With Joe Burrow, it just goes to show you that Joe Burrow is big, because Joe Burrow was playing. They were competitive. The Bengals didn't necessarily look like they were getting, handled like they do now. As soon as you lose Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, you have nothing. You know what I'm saying?
They've been playing pretty decent the last couple of weeks, but offensive side of the ball, like you said,
they can't score the points. But this is a tough game to call. I feel like Kevin Williams said it best in the chat, 13-13 tie. I think Andy Dalton probably has his best game in the Cowboys uniform because he's going back to Cincinnati. That's pretty much the only thing I can give you in this game. It's going to probably be sloppy, ugly, but it's going to be important for the Cowboys to come out there. And if the Cowboys go to Cincinnati and Brandon Allen puts up some points,
that's
or
what
they lose,
That's what I'm saying.
There's going to be some heads to roll.
This is a franchise-altering game for the Cowboys. If they come in here and, if they play a good game and lose by a little bit, all right. But if they lay an egg against the Bengals, that's going to be a big-time change. Awthentik, the question I want to ask you, the way Dak Prescott's sitting at home right now with his leg elevated, got some ice on that thing, maybe doing some rehab. The way he's watching this dysfunctional organization going, do you think he's having second thoughts about re-signing with this team now that McCarthy's there?
That's a good question. They got to come with the right money. Dak Prescott has made that clear for sure. And I think at the same time as maybe thinking, the team is in dysfunction, he's realizing what his role is for this team as a leader. He is this team. You saw when Dak Prescott goes out of this lineup and they don't have a quarterback to rely on, talking all that, we got the best backup quarterback in the NFL right now with Andy Dalton, who came in and has looked like garbage.
That's crazy.
And the Beards talked about him having his best game in Cincinnati. I don't think he can top that game he had against the Vikings. I thought they called a good game plan. Scotty talked about the Cowboys rushing defense being the worst in the league, and right behind them is the Cincinnati Bengals at 31. So I look for both teams to run the rock in this game, and I give the advantage to the Cowboys because they got Zeke Elliott coming off a pretty decent game too. 18 carries for 77 yards, averaging 4.3 yards per carry. I'd look for Dallas to kind of use a formula that the Giants did against the Bengals and just run the rock, hop on that Zeke train like it's the Wayne train and give him 20-plus carries and try to see yourself go to a victory. The Bengals just been struggling with the points like you talked about, Tim. I mean, last week, Tyler Boyd's only catch was a 72-yard joint to the house. And it was lucky. It was an out route that he caught. The cornerback misses the tackle. He's off to the races. Other than that, man, they can't put up no points on the board. I'm giving them 13 in my pick. I wrote down 24-13. I don't even think that's not even going to be right. I'm going to go 24-6 Cowboys.
See, right now, the thing is, I don't even know. There's probably some Bengals creators out there on YouTube, but they're sitting right now mimicking what we're saying. They're like, Cowboys, awful defense. We got Gio Bernard, 400 rush yards in the last 8 years at least. They're on their side. This is a great game for the Bengals to come out and get a win with the backup quarterback. The Beard, man, how do you see it? I mean, it's a tough game to pick.
17-13 Cowboys.
You guys have zero faith in Brandon Allen. I'm not mad at you.
Dude, I mean, have you seen him play? It's pretty bad.
And I think he has the mechanics to be able to play in this league. He's fast enough and he reads plays fast enough. But with no running game, really no real weapons, a down A.J. Green, I mean, it's not looking good for him right now. And I thought for Burrow, the only reason why they look pretty decent with Burrow in the lineup is because he's a spectacular athlete. He's going to be a great quarterback one day in this league.
I'm going to flip it. I'm going to take the Bengals 31-27.
I hope you're right, bro.
You can't stop the run. You don't have a chance in this league. And the fact they have such skilled players, they have all-pro players on defense that look lost out there right now. I have no faith in the Cowboys. Gio Bernard is a professional running back in the NFL. He's been that way for the better part of a decade.
I like that.
You on your Gio tonight.
Yeah.
Man, if you give the man holes, he's going to take him. There's a reason the dude's played 8 years.
Facts.
So I think the Bengals are going to take advantage of the Cowboys. I mean, Dalton's made them look a little bit better, but if you can't play defense in the NFL, you can't win football games.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it, man.
Hey, shout out Nick the Wick one time. Yeah, the stash is flames, huh? Giants Nation in the building.
Turn that thing up. Appreciate you, Nick. All right, the game's kicked off already. Do you guys have your TV on in there?
No. I don't. Nope.
You lying?
I don't.
You got it? I can
nah,
see
really don't. Really don't.
All right.
This is how you'll know if I got the game on. I'll be looking like right here. That's where I had the game.
6 to. Oh, that's the pregame. All right, let me do this. Is my talk for me. Rams and the Patriots playing right now. There was a Super Bowl. It was 10-3.
2018 Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. What was the score? 10-3.
I don't remember that score.
It was awful. It was one of the worst.
Somebody
Super
give us
Bowls
that
ever.
score in the chat.
But either way, rematch tonight going down. Beanie Siegel, who do you have winning?
He's made his way back.
Where's that picture? It looks like a middle school.
Hey, I made sure to get the right picture for a goon. I didn't want him looking too clean. I didn't want him to have no fresh fade or nothing like that.
Yeah, it looks like the guy who's too old to be on the football field. Man,
that's what they thought. That's what they thought. My man almost took them to a Super Bowl.
What coach was like, yep, he's ready to go. This guy right here, ready to go.
There's some worse pictures too, man. Like when he was with Detroit, he was super out of shape, yo.
And football jerseys, you already get the padding, so you already look thick. But to look like C.J. Anderson looked, but then you see him balling out, you're like, do you, big man? Do you?
Right, do
you.
Man.
Give me Rams Pats. Give me a pick and a score.
I'm going to take the Rams. It's going to be 31-10.
They're up 7-0 right now. Looks like Kevin Holman updated us.
Rams up 7-0. That's not looking good for my pick, but I'm going to stick to the pick. I'm going to stick to the script here one time. I like Cam Newton, and I like Bill Belichick in this game simply because it's a primetime game. Week 2 against Seattle, they had a primetime game. Cam Newton was 30 of 44 for 397 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The game came down to the last possession. And they also had another primetime game against the Jets where, remember, everybody thought the Jets was going to get their first win on that primetime game. I want to say that was a Monday night one as well. The Patriots came back and outscored the Jets in the second half 20-7 to get a win, 30-27. Cam Newton was 27 of 35 for 275 yards. And as an underdog, Cam Newton covers 63% of the time. So I'm going with the Patriots tonight. I think Bill Belichick's going to scheme up the right game plan here, and I'll take the Patriots in a super close game. It'll be 31-28 Patriots.
You're pulling out numbers like it's Sunday morning. We're on the parlay, Awthentik.
Hey, I told Tim I was excited about the show, man. I like this matchup here for Thursday night. We haven't had Thursday night football in 1 week or 2 weeks now.
That's a good question.
2 weeks. Thanksgiving last week, wasn't it?
No, Thanksgiving was like 3 weeks ago, bro.
Yeah. I know last week we didn't have the Thursday night game because of the Ravens and the Steelers
I don't think we've had
situation.
Thursday night football for 2 weeks.
Might have been 2 weeks, so I'm excited to get this game back on Thursday night. I can't wait to get upstairs and watch this game. And I'm riding these Patriots far, man. I want to see the Patriots make the playoffs. Me and Tim got a friendly bet over a nice dinner.
Yeah, Patriots and Vikings.
Wait, the Patriots was the nice dinner. The Vikings won. I don't think we put a wager on it, but if you want it to be null and void for the nice dinner, if it's a split, I'm cool with that. Or you could lay the stakes on the line for the Vikings.
Literally,
like
that was a nice pun.
Lay
the stakes on the line.
You like that?
Where are you taking it if you lose?
Well, who was that question for? I couldn't hear you over there. Cat. Remember when we used to make fun of Tim's laugh all the time?
Because my laugh be changing like once every 7.5 years.
Mike Simone said he hope you ain't eating them leftovers in the fridge.
I'm glad you got those out of there, man. I'm glad, because otherwise it might be down to that right now.
Matthew G says Rams by 10. So yeah, I'm taking the Rams, but by 3. I'm taking the Patriots by 3.
All right, I'm taking the Rams. The beard was kind of pushing me on the Pats, but I'm sticking with the Rams. 27-24. That's how I see it.
Man, so if I could get that the Washington football team game, and I can get this Patriots game tonight, we'll be back tied up, Tim.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Did you make your picks based off standings, Awthentik?
Nah. The Washington game, I didn't pick it until we came on air. These other ones, I'm high on the Patriots. Maybe because of the bet, I'm kind of leaning towards the Patriots a little bit. I'm looking for research that backs up my my data here.
And no, the Patriots have been playing better football, but I just the Rams is my dark horse in the NFC for the Super Bowl.
Facts. I mean, Cam Newton was 12 of 19, 69 yards, and a 45-0 win against the Chargers last week.
Yeah, but it's Cam Newton's season-long stats are not that of Cam Newton.
But you're not accumulating the rushing touchdowns.
No, I'm not. He has 8, 10?
I think he's got 10 rushing touchdowns. He had 9 going into last week. I don't think maybe he has 9 still.
Cam Newton is an enigma. There is no doubt about it. He changes.
Win the game, man. Win the game. That's what matters most, right?
That whole offense, bro. Bird, Harry, Harris.
Damian Harris. Yeah.
And what was the other one?
James White.
There's another one. Bird and the wide receivers.
Oh, the wide receiver core, yeah. Who knows?
It's Bird, N'Keal Harry, Bird, and there's one more, man. What's my man's name?
From the Patriots? JC Jackson, that cornerback?
Come on, man. Come on. It doesn't matter. He's not good.
There's
it doesn't matter.
It's tough over there in New England right now.
They're down 7-0. And
Beanie Siegel.
Sign us out here right now. Beanie Siegel. Give us some last words. Nothing? Going to get a hamburger.
Hey, man. Appreciate Giants Nation, man, for tuning in one more time, man. Twitter been live all week, man. We've been hyped, man, and Washington fans alike, man. I've been seeing y'all on there, too. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on your game. I tweeted this earlier, man. Any Giants fan talking about they're not keeping their eye on the Washington football team is wilding, and they're lying to themselves. I will definitely be tuning into that game. Close race here, man, to end the season. We couldn't ask for any better way, man. I'm hyped, man, and appreciate everybody who supports this channel and tunes in weekly, man. We got a lot of love for y'all, man.
The beard, man. Send him off.
I love y'all.
Sebastian.
Awthentik in the beard.
Shout
We're
out
doing
Sebastian.
it for the kids.
Jacoby
Shout
Myers.
out
That's who you meant, right?
Yeah, Jacoby Myers. Shout out to everybody who watches us on the YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope.
You know what it is.
Boy.
Nah, man, this has been so much fun. I love
aboard.
this. That's what you need. You need the train sound effect.
I got you.
That's
Trust
gonna
me,
be
I got
awesome.
you. All aboard and Wayne Train sound effects coming next episode. Authentic in the Beard. Stay tuned, mother.
Yes, and big shout out to all the mods in the chat, man. You guys do a really great job for us, and being a new channel to most of you guys. You guys have really stepped up to the plate, and we really appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna be back Sunday morning. It's a big show. It's the first week of fantasy
Glock
playoffs.
is in the building one time. Hold up.
Hey, Glock.
What's up, Glock?
We got Glock his own sound effect. Glock, do it one more time for Glock.
What's up, fam? What's
terrifying.
up, Glock?
That is scary right there.
That's terrifying.
Come on.
Glock got his own sound effect.
I waited for Glock. I was like, oh, we need that. We need that in the building one time.
Click
They didn't
that.
hear it? You guys.
Boom. Well, thank you all for tuning in to our Thursday preview show. We'll see you on Sunday mornings for the parlay, 11 a.m. Make sure don't miss it. Pour your coffee, pour your beer, whatever you like. Come join us. I might be sipping something. Have a beautiful evening. Enjoy that Patriots-Rams games. We'll see you guys this weekend. Best division in football. CJ Anderson.
Wayne Train.
Go Austin!
Let's go, Giants. Let's go.